Happy hump day, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Hoops with Noops. I know it's a Wednesday, it's a surprise, but it's the postseason, so we're going to change stuff up here, just like we've been doing it for the numbers. FTN still, but now, for the numbers. That's what it stands for because we've gone out and rebranded. If you haven't noticed, everything now under one website. It's been really nice. FTN Fantasy, and don't worry, FTN Bets, FTN Data will still take you there, but everything under one place. Again, all the great data, tools, content across all those platforms still available, but in one spot. Trying to get more unified as a company. It's going to be really great for everybody. And of course, if you haven't signed up, you have to do it. You're basically leaving money on the table. Tons of great stuff. Of course, you get into the FTN Bets Discord. A lot of really great stuff going on there, not just from our handicappers and content creators offering up value, but really good conversations. We've got some very sharp members. Of course, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That's the best way to get a lot of free stuff from For the Numbers. A lot of great shows. Of course, Hoops with Noops is on here. For the Numbers, the Morning Model with Dane Martinez and Chris Meany. Really great shows. Sign up for everything. It's really good, and it helps support us. So again, hit the subscribe button down there. I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you have any thoughts, questions, bet ideas of your own, put them in the comments below in this video. I'll get back to you ASAP. But as I said, we're here to talk hoops. The play-in tournament is here. We've got the Eastern Conference games tonight. Should be a lot of fun. This is our fourth season with this version of the play-in tournament. We had a slightly modified one in the bubble, and I think it's been a huge success. It's been really fun to watch two more teams in the 9th and 10th seeds have a chance to make the playoffs, but also making it riskier for the 7 and 8 teams. We saw great basketball the last 2 days of the season, last Friday and last Sunday, and the reason for that was more teams than ever were fighting for playoff positioning to stay at 6 and avoid falling to 7, to have a chance to get from 7 up to 6, to get from 8 or to get from 9 or 10 up into 8. There's a lot of things. It's now just made all these games a lot more important. And again, the more basketball games that we have that matter, the more basketball games we get to watch that are high quality. So 2 games tonight. It's the Eastern Conference. The winner of the first game will make it into the playoffs. They'll be the 7th seed. The loser of the first game plays the winner of the second. Let's take a look, and we'll start with that first game. The 8th-seeded Miami Heat go to Philadelphia to play the 7th-seeded Sixers, my Philadelphia 76ers, who I am irrationally confident in. Joel Embiid is back. He's been playing good basketball. Does not look to be in peak shape, but we'll get there eventually. And if they can win tonight, a couple days before their first-round series starts, and gives him an opportunity again to rehab, to relax, to figure out what he needs to do for the upcoming series against a New York Knicks team that is very good but doesn't have the star power of the 76ers. So this is a big series. With Embiid, Philadelphia is capable of really doing anything and beating just about any team. Again, it's tough in a 7-game series, but you win a couple games that are close at the end, and all of a sudden things start to turn. If they can win this game, again, New York in the first round, then they've got the winner of the 3-6 series, which is Milwaukee and Indiana. That means they avoid Boston as long as possible. And of course, the Heat would like to do that too. Miami has been really good the last couple postseasons. They've made the finals. They made the Eastern Conference Finals 2 of the last 3 postseasons, made the finals last year against the Denver Nuggets. It was a really interesting team, and what we see every season. Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in the league. Jimmy Butler is a great ball handler and a guy who can create a good shot whenever he needs to. Bam Adebayo, one of the most underrated players in the league, is incredible defensively, does as good of a job guarding Embiid and really anybody in the NBA as you can expect from a player. It's a really great combination, but usually during the season, we'll see Miami have a couple weeks where they go out and they focus and beat some of the better teams in the NBA. We didn't see that this season. And you look, their record against some of the best teams in the league. Again, teams like Denver, teams like Boston, teams like Philadelphia, Dallas, the Clippers, Oklahoma City, Minnesota. They played 25 games against teams like that. They only won 5 of them. That really is disappointing. And as much as you want to trust that Miami's going to do what we've seen them do the last couple seasons, it gets tougher and tougher. Everyone is a little older. The league is better. So who knows what they're going to be able to do. As far as tonight's game, should be a really fun matchup. I do make the Sixers favorite. I'm actually pretty close to the spread here, but where I see value is on the total. I know it's tough to bet overs in the playoffs, but 208 is too few points. If you take a look at each individual matchup, again, Bam Adebayo does a nice job on Embiid, and Embiid's not quite 100%, but Joel generally crushes the Miami Heat, puts up really good numbers. That's a tough matchup. Terry Rozier is out tonight for the Miami Heat. That leaves Miami without a really good defensive option on Tyrese Maxey, one of the fastest players in the league. I'm curious to see what they try to do there. Maxey could really start a lot of trouble. On the other side of the ball, the Sixers have struggled dealing with three-point shooting and fast pace, where we know Miami, that's something they like to do, shoot a lot of threes and push when they get a chance. And Jimmy Butler, who's going to guard Jimmy Butler for the Sixers? DeAnthony Melton is out tonight. Batum has struggled. Covington is out here. Tobias Harris generally can't do it. There are some options. We'll see what Kelly Oubre Jr. can do maybe, but just not really a great defender on the Philadelphia roster to go against Jimmy Butler. So we've got a lot of bad defensive matchups. I think it's going to lead to a fairly efficient game. And although it might be a little slow for the most part, I expect the Heat to push pace. They generally try to against Philadelphia. It forces Joel Embiid to not only run up and down the court, which can tire him out, it gives the Heat more opportunities to attack the rim while Embiid is still behind them. Embiid, a really good defender, great at the rim, makes things really tough for anybody. So by pushing pace, not only are you tiring him out, you're creating more time when you're in the half court and he's not quite at the rim there to protect it. So put all that together, and I have this game closer to 211, 212 points. I like the over here really at any number, 209 or lower. I think we'll see, again, a really efficient offense and just enough pace to get us over this total. So give me the over there. Second game up, the Atlanta Hawks go to visit the Chicago Bulls. The Hawks 2 times have qualified for the postseason in the playoffs. It's been a really rough season. Big injuries, missed time by just about every important player on the roster. Trae Young and DeJounte Murray have really struggled to fit together. They seemingly play better when they're apart. It's going to be an interesting offseason. Atlanta, it's just been tough. They've been in and out of the playoffs. They lost their last 6 games, but again, knowing that they were the 10th seed at that point. So just hard to know what to expect from them. The Bulls, one of the most confusing teams in the league. If you look over the last month or so, they have wins over the Minnesota Timberwolves. They beat the Pacers twice. Just wins against good teams here. There's another team, I can't, the Clippers, I think. That's right. They beat the Clippers. So, they're beating good teams. But then you look, they lost to the Pistons. They lost to the Wizards. They lost to the Nets. I don't know what to do with this team that has a couple good players, DeRozan, Kobe White, Alex Caruso. That's a nice kind of base, but you need a star player to put on that base to make this team really good, and there just isn't one there. There's a lot of average players, but not really anybody who's very great. Look at the injury report tonight. Atlanta going to be without Jalen Johnson, who was arguably their most important player. Their record with Johnson is much better. All their metrics are better. He just kind of slides everyone else into their more natural position, taking over as power forward. Good defensively, good enough offensively. He's out tonight. The Bulls might be without Andre Drummond, who really unlocks a lot of their offense. He's an offensive rebounding force all on his own, really. It's unbelievable what he can do, getting some of those rebounding numbers. So I've got 2 teams that have been messy all season. I really don't know what to make of them. They're all missing probably some key players tonight. I just don't know what to tell you here. Honestly, what you should really do is schedule some time with your significant other or something, maybe take them out for a late dinner and pretend like you're really upset about missing the playoffs, because this game's just going to be a mess. And I think either of these teams are playing for the right to lose to the winner from the first game. So nothing for me here, but again, give me the over in the Heat Sixers game. 208 right now. Anything 209 or lower looks like a good over bet for me. Should be a fun matchup. A lot of guys should be able to score here tonight, and the pace should just be fast enough to get us at least 211, 212 points. Let's go with the over tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As I said, subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up, a like there. Really appreciate it. Any questions or comments you have down below in the comment section. And keep your eye out for another playback session. We had a great time last night watching the Pelicans-Lakers games live. Playback, a really fun way to join us, because you can not only see us and listen to us talk about the game, give out some live bets, but if you have League Pass, or if you come in early enough and we can get you set up for VIP, you can watch the game with us. You can actually watch the basketball game. It's incredible. It's really great that they were able to figure that out. So look out for those. Look out for more hoops for Noops, and best of luck until we talk again.